Well, good evening, racing fans. Welcome to Racing Action from Grand River Raceway in Elora. 20 minutes to post time to our first dash. What a gorgeous day. Blue skies, not humid at all. Little white fluffies, and the track is listed as fast. I'm not sure what broken clouds mean. I think that's when it rains when clouds are broken, isn't it? But nonetheless, the Seagulls are excited for a harness racing card on this Monday evening, so let's see if we can get the changes rolling. Note in race number 1, number 3, back in a flash, changing steel to aluminum shoes up front. And the hobbles shortened up half an inch back in the flash. Second race, no changes. Race number 2. Race number 3, no changes. Race number 4, no changes. Race number 5, number 4, the Greek Freak, changing open bridle to blinkers. Open to blinkers. Race 6, number 4, Howmack Maximus is race 6, number 4, scratch Howmack Maximus. Race number 7, no changes. Race number 7. Race number 8, no changes. And race number 9, number 8, American Land, is adding Murphy Blind on the left. Once again, reviewing races 1 and 2. Race number 1, 3, back in a flash, steel to aluminum shoes up front, and the hobble shortened half an inch. And the second race, no changes. It is currently 17 minutes to post time. Time to welcome in my co-host and handicapping expert and London Bureau Chief. Let's check in with our London Bureau Chief. Sugar, how are you doing? How were things this weekend?
Well, this weekend went by pretty good. Kind of busy, right? Friday night, took a drive down to Grand River Raceway for a big Harness the Hope night, well attended, and that was a wonderful time. And found my way back to London. Okay, might have took a wrong turn in Kitchener on the way back, cost me some time, but I never mind a drive on the highway now and then. Saturday was a nice quiet day, just feed up, watching some racing at Pocono. Chantilly taking on Mickey and Minnie, and just a little bit short on the end of that one, but Chantilly did race big to finish second. And then caught the Gold Cup and Saucer, Gary, on Saturday night, and good friend Corey McPherson was driving the winner of that one, and that was wonderful to see. And then we spent Sunday afternoon up at Clinton for a Sunday matinee, and a wonderful day up there. And now we're back with you from Grand River Raceway Studios in London.
You're just like Robert Reed when I would ask him, and he'd have a whole horse racing weekend all laid out. And but look, you got the addiction. You just keep feeding it, and it was a great weekend to have the addiction.
Well, I'm happy to be down there. You don't get many breaks in racing like I supposedly do. I mean, London does not race in the summer. Since I've been here, it's June through September, going dark. So I get asked quite a bit, what do you do when you're not racing? I might honestly be a little bit busier this summer than I normally am when we're racing. So it's like that.
There's no time off. But look, it just is great, and you have these big races, and you look forward to it. And I forgot to watch the Gold Cup and Saucer live. I'm coming back from Barrie and then driving some Uber actually on the way back. I never make a straight path. I find I get home by about 3 or 4 in the morning. And look,
Ooh,
that's
that is a
perfectly
late
fine
night,
because
eh?
we don't like to go to bed
Yeah.
early.
Oh, I think most announcers are Nighthawks. I mean, I find it hard to wind down. I mean, racing will end in London most nights 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'm not usually tired until 2 or 3 in the morning. It's like my brother who plays in a band back in Prince Edward Island. He's the same way. When he plays a gig on a Saturday night, he finds it really hard to wind down and to get an early sleep time in.
Well, the only thing you got to be up for Sunday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon for the NFL football. Other than that, I could sleep all afternoon. And sometimes if the Bills aren't playing at 1, I'll sleep a little longer because the world revolves around the Buffalo Bills. And I also told you the Kitchener Rangers. In fact, you should have dropped by when you were driving through Kitchener, driven by the Odd, and you could see where this year's OHL champion plays hockey. Just thought I'd throw that in there. But you're still
I'll
one of
take your
those.
word for it, Gary.
Yeah, well, London nights. You've had your share of winning. Look, we're going to talk about the pick five at about 7 minutes to post time. We'll talk to you then.
Sounds good, Gary. Raceway. I am never going to leave my monitor up like that again. There we go. Little glitch, but we're fine. We're good to go for some pick five ticket ideas on this Monday evening at Grand River Raceway, following up a very successful Harness the Hope night on Friday evening. We've got 9 races on tap this evening. We'll start things up with the one and only pick five play on tonight's card with 9 races featured. Of course, it's the late pick 4 that will start up in race number 6. So the one and only pick 5 play. Let's get some ticket ideas. Myself, Gary Guy, Conley Ecclestone, mapping out our best goes on the early pick 5. It's a $5,000 guaranteed pool. Let's bring those tickets up. All right, opening leg. I'm on the 4, 5, 6, and 9s. So too is the betting public. Every other horse in the race is double-digit odds. So the betting public getting behind 4, 5, and 6, the 4 that I'll use in the opening leg of this pick 5. Over into race number 2, group of trotters. We're on the 1, Valuable Miss. Number 3, Mystic, and the 4, Cameron Hanover. Really liking the opportunity for Sammy Filion in there. Catch driving Cameron Hanover, post 4 for trainer Camilla Christoforou. We're going to single up number 5, Stone Sawyer, in the 3rd. Really liking that daughter of McWiggett. Just missing by a neck in the latest at the River. A beaten favorite on that occasion. I think she can get the job done in there this evening. My single in the 3rd. Inside, race 4, LD Sabina, as well as TJ All the Way. It's the 1 and 2 for me in leg 4 of this pick 5 sequence. And on the end of it, 3, 4, and 6. 8P, make it HP. Les Shadow, newest track record holder at Grand River Raceway. We're also including the Greek Freak, finding a good spot at a post 4, putting blinkers on that one this evening. Number 6, Vis-a-Vis Blue Chip. Damian McClellan gets a catch driving assignment aboard that one. Likely some value to be had, and just looking for something different in there for a price player, and that would be the 6. 3 and 4, likely to take all the action in there. Race number 5 on the end of the pick 5 play. $14.40 on a 20-cent wager. That's how I see it. Gary Guy, what do you got for us?
Well, you did spend a little less finally, and but of course I'm spending less than you because I'm just and I'm not actually cheap. I just don't spend as much on the pick 5, and in fact I love spending money. But this is not the case. So 960 again, and I have a 3, but I don't have your 5, which is your top pick. So I took your next 3. So look, right away,
Wow.
you could knock me out because I don't even have the 5 as one of my top 4. Never mind taking 3 horses in the pick 5. So we have a difference of opinion, and I have Red Beach 1. Your 4th one is my top pick. So yeah, we got some difference of opinion there. But you know what? In the second race, we have the same top 2, and you also added 1 Valuable Miss and left that one off, so that keeps it cheaper. Have the 3 and 4. In race number 3, well, you singled Stone Sawyer, and I get that. I just added 1 Better Bell, but Stone Sawyer should be really tough. 4th race, yeah, we're right together. 1, 2. It just looks that way to me. And in the 5th race, well, I have 2 of your 3, but I just thought that between HB, List Shadow, and the Greek Freak, that was enough. But you know what? Vis-a-Vis Blue Chip was good last time out at Georgian Downs, and also shows a 51 and 2 mile just before that. So that's not exactly far-fetched, and so you add that extra. But mine is the little cheaper version, $9.60.
You might have wanted to add 1 here or another there, but you're stuck on that $9.60 price, right? So it limits you, kind of, right? If you want to stay with $9.60 every time.
Yeah, well, listen.
No 5 in the opening leg, man.
My lack of intelligence has limited me all through my life, so this is nothing new.
Ah, shit.
But
Conley Ecclestone, friend of the show. I think he's got a ticket for us. And he does have a single. He loves to put a single in his sequence. He goes deepest of all of the opening leg. He's on 2, 4, 5, 6, and 9, starting things up in a wide open pacing event, says Conley Ecclestone. Race number 2, group of trotters. Conley went to the 1, Valuable Miss, and the 4, Cameron Hanover. He's back deep, going 4 deep for the pacing event in race number 3 with 1, 3, 4, and 5. His lone single on the sequence, number 1, LD Sabina, trying to break that maiden with Austin Sorey staying on board for trainer Anthony Beaton. And on the end of it, we're all kind of seeing things the same way in the 5th race. You're using 3 and 4. I've got 3 and 4 as well as the 6. Well, Conley goes 3, 4 as well. HP Liz Shadow, big trip. Probably the best trip that one's gotten in a long time to snap a track record at Grand River Raceway. The Greek Freak, the 4, adds a blinkers. Beware of the 4 in that 5th race. $16 even to play along with Conley Ecclestone on his 20-cent pick 5 play. A $5,000 guaranteed pool, part of the go-to wagering menu this evening at the river. Best of luck to all racing and playing along tonight.
field 4, race number 1 is on parade. 1, Miss Party Girl, Terry Fritz for Rick Breyer. Number 2 is Honey Wash, J.B. Bruno for Julie Walker and Larry Walker and Nancy Holmes and Karen Murphy. And number 3 is Back in a Flash, Daryl Cheeson for Candice Morell and Al Gibb. Number 4 is Shuri, Anthony Hahn for Jason Libby and Robert LeBlanc and William Beatty. Number 5, Kasi Bay Kiwi, Austin Sorey for Nicolucci and Miller Farms. Number 6, Red Beach 1, Sammy Filia for Brenda Lane and Mark Lane. Number 7, Miss Wiggles, Brett McDonough for Scott McEnany and Hunt Racing. 8 is Ann Max, Scott Calder for Shane Weber and Tom and Elizabeth Rankin. And 9 is Saratoga, Jason Ryan for Jack Darling. Field of 9, race number 1. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, we'll start with number 5, Kasi Bay Kiwi. Your top choice, Austin Sorey for Nick Galucci. Certainly solid connections. But so far, 2 starts, and neither one is one that was good enough for me to decide to go on top. But it was good enough for you.
Well, I don't mind one that tried to start off the season back in, well, was early July, right? And then made a couple of starts there. Got put away. Well, made one start and then got put away for a month or so. Maybe some sickness came up. So the qualifier looked fine, and then a prospect series start at Georgian Downs. 28-3 final quarter for a trip in 57-1. And so the second start back off a brief rest angle. That's my story, and I'm going to stick to it. I like the price,
Well,
and I really like the chances here. 9-2, Gary.
well, one thing you could definitely stick to, Nick Galucci. Nick wins once in a while.
Yeah.
In fact, this year, 91 starters, 23 winners. Yeah, enough said.
Mm-hmm.
So Kasi Bay Kiwi is certainly not without a chance. I took a chance and left him off, but I wouldn't be shocked if actually I was wrong in that. Number 9, Saratoga. I initially wanted to use this one on top, but then just the trailer post scared me away. But I'll tell you, this filly raced pretty well in that first start.
Yeah, she was very good. She traveled first up for a ways, and she was still gaining on the end. Wasn't giving up or giving in. A beaten favorite on that occasion, even money. If her nose was on gate, like drawing, post 4, 5, or 6, she'd likely be a current favorite at 8-5. It's because she has that trailing spot, Gary, that the value is there at 7-2.
And then number 4 is Shuri. You get Anthony Hahn for Jason Libby. This is one I toyed with using on top because a decent start at Mohawk July the 25th, beaten only 2 lengths. Last race, though, now went 57-4, but still just the last race never really got into the race. But you do see one good start there at Mohawk July the 25th, and also the start before it was in a grassroots in 55-3.
Yeah, she's been facing some pretty good company in her 3 career starts. This will be the first time ever on a 5/8 track. She's been at Woodbine Mohawk Park for each and every start. Her best mile on the card is actually her career debut, where she flashed that 27-3 speed on the end, for a trip in 55-3. And then it looks like she battled through the final half in her next outing. And then last time out, just never really involved too much. So here she is at Grand River Raceway for maybe an easier test.
And a cattle wash filly. You've loved the cattle washes.
Yeah.
$55,000 yearling. So one that is meant to be won. And then number 6, Red Beach 1. My top one comes in from Mohawk. You do see a 54-4 2 starts ago. Yeah, the results the last couple not great, but shows enough speed. But is 0 for 5 in the top 3.
Does show that early speed, so likely to find a spot up close here. I can't figure out why she is the favorite. I mean, 8-5, 3-2 now. That's kind of a low price when you got some pretty good threats in here with the 4, 5, and 9.
Well, my top pick, and Sammy's been really rolling along very nicely of late. He's on a pretty good run right now. And field of 9 for race number 1. First of 9 dashes on this marvelous Monday as we are gathered at the river. It's Miss Party Girl Honey Wash and back in a flash on the inside. Sherry Cossabe Kiwi in the center. Red Beach 1, Miss Wiggles, and Ann Mack on the outside of the second tier, Saratoga. It's a field of 9 for race number 1, and they're all in position. They're at the start of the rough, and Cossabe Kiwi is going to blast early, and then Shuri back in a flash as racing on the inside. Center of the track, Shuri. To the outside is Red Beach 1, who's going to take back now. Honey Wash is on the inside and is racing 5th, and then Saratoga from the trailer post got away 6th, then Miss Party Girl, Miss Wiggles, and Ann Mag, and now it is Shuri on the outside who wants to come on 4-1. Shuri and Anthony Hunt is driving on the outside. And Shuri is going to sweep up now and take the front and leads Cossabe Kiwi. And then racing 3rd is back in a flash as they race past us off a 27-4 opening quarter. Now Red Beach 1 is racing position 4th, and then Honey Wash and Saratoga 6th. Outside 7th, Miss Wiggles, and then Miss Party Girl, and trailing is Ann Mack. On up to the half off a 27 and 4 quarter. Shuri at 4-1 leads the 7-5 Kasi Bay Kiwi. And then back in a flash and now popping out. There goes Red Beach 1. And Red Beach 1 is surfing now and is moved up to take over third and is looking to come alongside Kasi Bay Kiwi and share second. They head to three quarters. 58 and 2/2, a nice breather of 30 and 3 in that second split for Shuri. It is Shuri and Red Beach 1. Kasi Bay Kiwis in a good spot. And then to the outside, Saratoga's getting closer. Then it is back to back in a flash and Honey Wash and Miss Wiggles. And then Ann Mac and Miss Party Girl, and they turn for home. Red Beach 1 and Shuri. Red Beach 1, Shuri, Saratoga to the outside. Kasi Bay Kiwi gets shuffled a little bit on the inside as Red Beach 1 has got the lead now. Red Beach 1 and Sammy Fillion as they come on down the stretch drive. Well wide Miss Wiggles. And in the center of the track coming now Saratoga. Saratoga up the inside. Kasi Bay Kiwi. Saratoga wins it. And then it's between Red Beach 1 and Kasi Bay Kiwi. Saratoga 158 flat. Well, I told you that I was thinking of using Saratoga on top, and then the trailer post scared me away. Well, it shouldn't have, because Jason Ryan gave this one a pretty nice steer, was able to get a second over trip, and then come on very well, Sugar.
Right on. Very nice trip for the daughter of Bulldog Hanover, owner-trainer Jack Darling. Jason Ryan, you mentioned perfect trip, and just kept on coming on the wide side. Real nice price, all because of that trailing spot. Folks know it's a very tough spot to win from, so good on this filly for just missing in her latest and getting the job done this evening. Again, real nice price, Gary, 4-1.
Yeah, and then I watched one thing that Jason did. He did not follow out Miss Party Girl. He immediately beat earlier, slid out to follow out a little closer into the middle of the gate, the 2, 3, or 4, to see which one would leave. And that allowed him to get away in front of Miss Party Girl, and that was a crucial. Got away sixth, and then that landed a second over tip.
Yeah, just a sharp drive. I mean, when you're driving in those, maiden classes with 2-year-olds, it's a tricky spot. Tricky spot as it is with age pacers leaving from the trailing post. But when you're involved with many inexperienced horses and you've got to leave from the trailing spot, of course, Jason's going to look over the field, see what's happening behind the wings, because he's got to follow something out of there, and he wants to be sure-footed.
Yeah, and I think also, like with that break and Miss Party Girl, he just thought, I got to get out well. But also, he knew that there looked to be some gate speed with Honey Wash in that last start at Grand River, so that might be a favorable spot. And that was key, that he got away well enough that he wasn't way back in the early going.
Still surprised at this 4-1 win price. I mean, it was the morning line favorite. The morning line man had him at 2-1, but it's a nice price player to start up an almost $9,000 pick 5 pool.
And your Kasi Bay Kiwi raced really well. Got a little bit of a shuffle at the top of the stretch, and then had to come on the stretch. Probably would have finished second and maybe even won, if not kind of getting shuffled back in behind Shuri.
Just missed the deuce.
Back in front of us is number 9, Saratoga, a 2-year-old Bulldog Hanover Brown filly, owned and trained by Jack Darling. Jason Ryan, the winning driver. Saratoga, 158 flat. The first race payouts 9, Saratoga, 10.53, 72.60. 6, Red Beach 1, $4.240. 5, Kasi Bay Kiwi, $2.90. $2 exactor, $31.90. Dollar try, $64.40. Dollar super, $152.65. 20-cent supers, $30.53. The first race, where we finish from the top, is a 647-832-951 scratch. That's 647-832-951 scratch.
We are back and we're moving right along to race number 2 of 9 at Grand River Raceway. And that means we've got a pick 4 starting up here. $2,500 guaranteed full pick 4. 20-cent opportunity here to play along, a 20-cent minimum on the pick 4. Trotter starting things up then. Let's just bring up tickets right off the bat. Myself, Gary Guy, Connolly Ecclestone with our thoughts for some ticket ideas, the early pick 4 at the river. Let's go. Opening leg of the pick 4, Valuable Miss on the rail, as well as 3, Mystic, and 4, Cameron Hanover. 1, 3, and 4 for me. Start up the pick 4 play. Going to stay on that single. Stone Sawyer in the third. Going to stick with 1 and 2 on the inside. LD Sabina along with TJ all the way in the fourth race as we go on to the pace for that. Pacers on the end of it. HP Le Shadow, the Greek Freak, and Vis-a-Vis Blue Chip. 3, 4, and 6 on the end of it. Just $3.60 on a 20-cent wager for a pick 4. Gary Guy, his best go on this pick 4 play. What does Gary Guy have to show for us? I thought I might have a cheaper ticket than him. It's not going to happen though, right? Opening leg of this pick 4 play. Gary goes to 3 and 4. Mystic, Cameron Hanover. Then he's on the 3 and 5. Race 4's top selection there being 5, Stone Sawyer. He went inside in the fourth. We're on the same page with LD Sabina, TJ all the way, and for Gary in the fifth race, HP Le Shadow and the Greek Freak. $3.20 to play along with track announcer Gary Guy on his pick 4 ticket idea. One more ticket to look at for Connolly Ecclestone. See what Connolly's got going on. Valuable Miss, Cameron Hanover, 1 and 4. Current favorite at 3 to 5 is left off the opening leg of his pick 4 ticket idea. He's 4 deep. Connolly is in the third race, pacing event, 1, 3, 4, and 5. He's going to stay on his single, number 1, LD Sabina, in race number 4. The fifth race, Connolly chasing after HP Le Shadow and the Greek Freak. $3.20 as well for Connolly Ecclestone on an early pick 4 at Grand River Raceway. As mentioned, earliest favorite here is number 3, Mystic. It's Brett McDonald, catch driving this evening, 3 to 5. Second choice being number 4, Cameron Hanover, as Sammy Filion picks up the drive for that Christoforou trainee. 2 minutes wagering time, or maybe a little more, on this early pick 4. Good luck.
Field on post sprayed for the second. There is one valuable miss. Austin Sorry for Kyle Bostonson, William Pendleton, and Trevor Henry Stables. Number 2 is Twin B Archie, Anthony Hunt for Gabby Sasso. Number 3 is Mystic, Brett Madonna for Robert Kyle Fellows and Michelle Legacy. Number 4, Cameron Hanover, semi-failure for Camilla Christoforou and Charlebos Christoforou. Number 5, Esquire, Damian McClellan for Mark Winnicott and Donald Smith and Donna Parker and John James. And number 6, Catkin Morgan, Scotty Quiller for Roy Jeffries. It's a field of 6 for race number 2. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, we'll start with number 4, Cameron Hanover, your top one. And, well, Cameron Hanover is one that raced last August the 4th and a pretty solid mile, finishing 3rd.
Yeah, Racing Industry Day, and was one of the favorites in there. They went kind of quick in that one, though, Gary. They were down to the half in 56. They clocked up a trip that day in 154 flat, and good enough third for a trip in 55 and 4. Sammy Filion gets a catch driving assignment here. Love the chances. Absolutely love this price at 9-2. It does show a scratch in the latest, and through the months of July and August, when on a warmer evening, I believe connections were offered the opportunity to scratch no worries just for heat and transportation.
Yeah, and that was a very warm night, August the 11th. So, just it is what it is. But a classy veteran that knows his way to the winner's circle and is 535,000. As I also mentioned, Sammy's on a roll. Number 3, Mystic, is one that raced here last time out. And by the way, I want to mention something. If you look at the race that Mystic was in, where it says the half was 56 and 4, and then 3/4 123 and 2, and the mile was 156. Well, disregard 3/4. We know that's not correct. So, did not pace at 26 and 3 third panel.
I'd probably put that 3/4 at maybe 125 and 2.
Yeah, or maybe 126, just completely wrong where something clicked.
Oh, yeah.
A bird or something.
Sure.
But definitely Mystic is solid.
Yeah, like the chances, just missing last time out, and involved in that race was the one valuable miss, and now she's starting to take some action as well.
Yeah, and Mystic off a good second to All-Star Goldie, who's had some nice starts of late, so that's a good measuring stick. Number 1 valuable miss, 3-1.
Yeah, just kind of going in the right direction, right? Second best in 55 and 1 on Industry Day. She was involved with that. Let's see, August 4th, Pinewood, Hanover. Yes, indeed. She's showing second, right? So she actually beat Cameron Hanover on Industry Day for the deuce. So more than capable with these if she can keep her mind to task, right? She does show a few breaks down on the bottom of her card, but she's been pretty good lately.
Be interesting to see now if Austin's plan is to leave with this one because, has an inside post. That last time post 7 came from way off the pace, and maybe one that will be planning to get up and moving more early.
Yeah, possibly. The rail might get her away close. Twin B Archie. Last time he was going a big one, but you know what? A break on him cost him in that one. He was likely going to trot a mile in 55 and a bit.
Yeah, and both valuable miss and Twin B Archie. The thing that deterred me was that they both are winless on the year. Now, at some point they can break through, but they're getting a fair amount of money. 3-1 on the inside and 7-2 Twin B Archie. So I actually like that Cameron Hanover is offering 2-1 because there's a lot of class there. And then my top one actually is Mystic at 9-5. So the money's really coming on the 4 and 3, but it's not that far behind on the other two on the inside. You know who I'm waiting for Esquire to come back a little bit. Look, has 6 wins on the year, and last race raced it. Kawartha was better. Maybe Esquire shows up here because this is one with a lot of back class.
Yeah, he does have the back class, but you know what? A busy campaign last season, 38 starts. He's already got 22 starts in 2025. So
He might
I don't know if he needs a little bit of freshening up or what.
he might be suffering from the same problem that I'm suffering from, old age. He's a 12-year-old now.
Yeah.
It's a valuable miss and Twinbee Archie on the inside. Mystic and Cameron Hanover in the center. Esquire and Catkin Morgan on the outside. Field of 6, race number 2. There, headed towards the start. Field for the second race. All in position. And they're off, and Cameron Hanover will leave with Esquire to the outside. Then Mystic, and now Valuable Miss and Twinbee Archie. Catkin Morgan's back trailing the field, but Cameron Hanover leads as they race their way to that opening turn. And racing second, Esquire's found a spot in the pocket. Mystic is still driving on the outside. Then it is Valuable Miss and Twinbee Archie and Catkin Morgan. It is Cameron Hanover who has the lead as they race off the turn. Mystic on the outside is still driving up. Mystic wants to come on and clear to the front, and Mystic is going to take over from Cameron Hanover now. 28-2 was the opening quarter, and they head up towards the half. Esquire shuffled back to third on the inside in front of Valuable Miss and Twinbee Archie, and Catkin Morgan is trailing the field. Mystic leads as they head their way on up towards the half off the 28-2 opening quarter. Cameron Hanover keeps a close watch from the pocket. That pair is both 2-1. Racing third is Esquire. Valuable Miss wound up being the favorite, 9-5 on the board, and is about 6 or 7 off the lead. Then Twinbee Archie and Catkin Morgan. Mystic with the front. And Brett McDonald, Cameron Hanover is up a little closer in the pocket. Off that 57-3 half, they head their way on to three quarters. It is Mystic and Cameron Hanover. Then Esquire. Now there goes Twinbee Archie on the outside. Gains some ground and is trying to move up into contention. Then Valuable Miss and Catkin Morgan. But off three quarters, 127, it is still Mystic, and Brett McDonald looks unconcerned. Cameron Hanover is trying to close. It's Mystic, and Cameron Hanover now pops to the outside and is closing. It is Mystic and Cameron Hanover, and Valuable Miss is now marching strongly on the outside. Cameron Hanover trying to close. Mystic has dug back in. Mystic, Cameron Hanover. Mystic on the inside. Cameron Hanover. Mystic wins. Cameron Hanover second. Valuable Miss and Esquire 156-4. Mystic was able to keep on digging. I was wondering if Cameron Hanover was going to go on by, but Mystic appeared to be pretty sharp all the way to the finish.
Yeah, Mystic. She held off a pretty stiff challenge there. Cameron Hanover had every chance if he was good enough. And I mean, they did come home 29-4, and he did gain a bit, but just not enough to go on by Mystic. He was very strong and appeared to like that front when he got there. And yeah, just a very strong effort. And Cameron Hanover, take nothing away from him. He's just missing, but just couldn't go by, and now he remains winless in his 2025 season.
Yeah, and he look, he's a really good trotter, and of course he's an 11-year-old
Yes.
that also has got a little bit of age on him, and but
Right.
Mystic, the 7-year-old, was very, very alive coming to the finish. And look, this is one that was off form at Mohawk, came here August the 11th, got a second in, and that certainly bravened him up, and was driven more aggressively also by Brett McDonald off of that much improved last start.
Yeah, very nice confidence-building win, building up some heart here at the river after you mentioned just kind of off form and recent starts at the big track of Woodbine Mohawk Park. So we're into the river to get a deuce, and now it's a win in 56-4. Not quite a season's mark, but a strong winning effort with Brett McDonald up.
And look at Esquire, gives me the super fact straight.
Yeah.
3-4-1-5.
Wow, ice cold Gary Guy.
Well, once in a while. Broken clocks, right twice a day. I'm right there with 3-4-1-5. Back in front of us is number 3, Mystic. A 7-year-old kid, Dabra Bay Gelding, by Michelle Legacy. Robert Kyle Fellows, the trainer. Brett McDonald, the winning driver. Mystic, second. win on the season. 20th lifetime, Mystic victorious, 156-4. Second race, number 3, Mystic Pace, 620, 290, 210 for Cameron Hanover, 320, 220. One valuable miss, 210. $2 exactor is 16.80. Dollar try, 13.65. Dollar super, 72.10. 20-cent super, 14.42. And the double of 9 and 3, $33. second race. Order of finish from the top. 361245. That's 361245.
Hey kids, do you like to write stories or poems or draw pictures of horses? We're running 2 contests from now until August 31st with a total prize money of $3,500. For the Youth Literary Derby, Ontario students in grades 3 to 8 can submit either a short story or a poem with standardbred theme. Poems and stories are judged separately. If you like to draw, then the Youth Art Derby might be for you. This one is open to students in grades 3 to 12, and you can do a drawing or a sketch of anything standardbred related. Check out our website for more inspiration and more information, bgracingalliance.ca.
There's a look at the paddock camera presented by the Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program. Field on post parade 1, tempting Jay Harris for Sean Stacy and Nick Way Farms. Number 2, Boots and Bling, Damien McClellan for Emma Christopheru and Joanne Colville. And number 3, Better Bell, Sammy Folia for John Chiquin and Robert Pooley. Number 4, Lydia Go, Daryl Thiessen for Joe McIsaac and Peter Smith and Robert Boyce. Number 5, Stone Sawyer, Austin Sawyer for Anthony Beaton and Robert Bridges. And number 6, Autumn Honey, Mike Horner, drives and trains for RAW Equine and Mark Horner. There's your Omega Alpha Pharmaceuticals post-parade effective supplements through science, trusted since 1992. And Sugar, you know what? I can trust you because you said we were talking about that missing line. Not the missing line, the incorrect line of August the 11th. You said, I think the 3/4 was 125 and 2. You were right. We went back and checked, so they're going to change that charted line from 23.
Wow.
Yeah, you were
Man's
right.
not now.
You're just always right. You know what? You're probably
So,
right, maybe, to take Stone Sawyer on top, just to single them up.
kind of like him here. I mean, Austin Sawyer's been on Better Bell each of the last three, and elects to go to the five. Stone Sawyer here. So top selection. I'll stick to that one all day. Going to be a single in my early multi legs that is still going.
Yeah, and look, Stone Sawyer just couple starts at Mohawk that weren't great, but as we've seen before, they come in here and they just get all bravened up. And that was a nice closing effort, second beating the neck, and that's the kind of line you often see just before a horse wins. And looks like a racehorse on the track, rolling on bias. Strong connections, Anthony beaten with Austin Sawyer driving. Now, number one, Tempting. I was tempted to go to this one second, but I ended up using third. And Tempting is one that also comes in off of a better last race.
Yeah, I mean, 54 and a 4, second best effort. Got away nicely from the rail, which is good to see. You don't see many horses blasting from the rail, but was able to work out a spot up close and was staying around late. So going in the right direction for sure after a couple of lackluster efforts in the previous two before that. So 3-1, decent price, and well worth a look for the exactor tries and super.
And if you go back to after those two poor outings, that was the trailer post in post 7, and before that had post 2 and was able to come up a winner. In fact, even Can Blast, you see this one gunning out from post 7
Yeah.
and being able to win. So tempting. I think Jay Harris, off of that last line, will be tempted to send this one pretty well and get at least up into the top 3 like he did last time out. Number 2, Boots and Bling. Boy, it doesn't have a top 2 on the year, but a couple of thirds, but is one that makes now a second start off a layoff.
Yeah, I like this one. I mean, I went back and checked the replay there. 53 and 4 speed in the latest, and that was a return race after missing a few months. So Boots and Bling, Damien stays on board to drive. I could see her finding a piece of the try in Superfecta here.
And Boots and Bling probably should have been here Friday for the Harness the Hope. All decked out in
Yes.
pink. I mean, just nice job, but 3 days late. We'll see if Boots and Bling can be on time here in the race, though. Number 3, Better Bell. I used this one on my pick 5 ticket. I went too deep. I have respect for Stone Sawyer, but I just, Better Bell. The thing is, that was a maiden class. Now is up one level. 55 and 3 last time out. Stone Sawyer 54 and 4 last race.
Right, the form is really good right now in this 3 Better Bell. I expect her to be on or near the lead again, and she should be able to stick around for a good piece of this one.
The one thing you do see, the last time this one did, hasn't raced up in this class, I was going to say, that August the 4th line, that is actually closer to this line, but look, that was post 8 and blasted out, so I wouldn't hold that against her. We'll see how she handles stepping up in class. But I think Better Bell at least has a shot in here. Look at the tote board. Nobody's really discouraged with any of them. The longest one is Autumn Honey, which actually was racing well earlier. Just the last few races has fallen off.
Yeah, no real clear cut favorite. I mean, it's 9-5, pretty much 2-1 on the 5, and no long shot up into the double digits. It's a pretty good betting board here, and there's still time to fire in late on this third race going behind the gate with Gary Guy.
And 9-5 on your Stone Sawyer, and well, we both have Stone Sawyer. It did include Better Bell. We'll see. That one's 7-2 right now. It's a field of 6. Tempting and Boots and Bling on the inside. Better Bell. Lydia go to the outside. Stone Sawyer and Autumn Honey. It's a field of 6 for race number 3. Field for race number 3 is into the backstretch. They're all in position. And the field is at the start of the round. Lydia Go is going to go well. Better Bell is also striding out sharply. Stone Sawyer, then Autumn Honey scooting through to the inside, Tempting. And Tempting is racing fifth right now. And then Boots and Bling. But Lydia Go and Daryl Thiessen has the front. But there goes Better Bell wanting to now loop around Lydia Go. And it is Better Bell coming on the outside. It is going to sweep up now and try to clear to the front, but Lydia Go on the inside. And now Better Bell is driving on the outside and also up and moving quickly. Here comes Stone Sawyer and Austin Sorry. A lot of action right now, and it is going to be Stone Sawyer who's going to try to clear to the front of her Better Bell. Stone Sawyer getting submerged by Austin Sorry to try to clear before the turn, and is going to slide over to the pylons now in front of Better Bell, and then racing position third is Lydia Go, and racing fourth is Tempting. Then fifth is Autumn Honey, and Boots and Bling is trailing off a 28-1 opening quarter. Stone Sawyer 3-5 on the board. Halftime 57-2. Better Bell's got a good spot now. Lydia Go is going to go to the outside and move up first over and force the issue. Then a gap of 2 or 3. Tempting, Autumn Honey, and back to Boots and Bling. It is Stone Sawyer. Lydia Go at 7-1 is coming after the favorite. Stone Sawyer, Lydia Go. Better Bell is dropping out of it on the inside and is now about 4 or 5 back. Then it is back to Tempting and Boots and Bling and Autumn Honey. But it is Stone Sawyer who continues on. 3/4, 126. Stone Sawyer, Lydia Go is working on the outside and trying to chip away. Stone Sawyer has to work a little more because Lydia Go will not go away. On down the stretch round they come. Stone Sawyer and Lydia Go. It is Stone Sawyer as they come to the finish. Stone Sawyer was the best. Lydia Go gave it a go but finished second. Then Boots and Bling and Tempting won 54-1. Stone Sawyer was stone cold the best, Sugar.
Yeah, we liked her. 54-1, not quite to her life best, but strong winner, used in the early going to take control. When I saw the half at 57-2, I was pretty confident that she could hold off the challengers. But Lydia Go, Daryl Thiessen gave it a pretty good shot, gave it her best shot through that third quarter. But no beating Stone Sawyer tonight. Took some late action. I shouldn't say some, took a ton of late action. I think when we talked about her last, she was 9-5. Well, she went away at 3-5, Gary.
Yeah, I thought 3-5 was more likely than the 9-5. I didn't believe you were going to get 9-5. And look,
Sure.
You got to give credit to Austin Sorry. I mean, he decided to quickly get up and loop around, and as Stone Sawyer came and Better Bell, he decided when Better Bell made that move to go around Daryl Thiessen, and then he said, "I'm going to quickly go right now," and that's he was able to clear before they got to the turn, heading up to the half, and that was key.
A typical small track winning drive, right? They always say on a smaller track, half miler or 5/8, if you've got the best, you want to be on top.
I used to call that the Doug Brown move. He would get away third, but then pop out just as the horse that's clearing to the front was wanting to shut it back down after making the move, and he'd come a little too early that the horse on top could really try to run him.
Yeah, Doug Brown, vintage Doug Brown, right? Better Bell. I was surprised to see her kind of back up through them. I thought she'd kind of like that trip tonight, and just wasn't having anything to do with it this evening.
Yeah, 5-4-2-1. You were all over Stone Sawyer, and so were the fans, and you were right again. It's Stone Sawyer, 3-year-old McWicked Bay filly, owned by Robert Bridges. Anthony Beaton's the trainer. Austin Sorry, the winning driver. It's the third win for Stone Sawyer this season and a lifetime. Third race, payouts 5 Stone Sawyer, $343, 210. For Lydia Go, $560, 250. 2 Boots and Bling, $280. $2 Exactor, $15.40. Dollar Try, $20.35. Dollar Super, $48.50. 20-cent Super, $9.70. Third race. Order finish from the top. 435216. That's 435216 on the bottom.
Winback Farm of Ontario is home to outstanding sires, including three-time millionaire pacer tattoo artist who is new in 2025, the last great son of the legendary Sub Beach Somewhere and multiple stakes champion Beachglass, Meadowlands Pace and Ontario Sire Stakes champion Lawless Shadow, and the richest pacing stallion in all of harness racing history, the great Hall of Famer Mick Wicked. Also standing at Winback Farm, Archangel, Better Than Cheddar, Betting Line, My MVP, and Trixton. For more information, visit winbackfarm.com.
Field on post parade for the fourth one, LD Sabina. Austin Sorry for Anthony Beaton and Domain Haven Farm. Number 2 is TJ All the Way, Sammy Filya for Bill Budd and Antonio Tangretta. Number 3 is Fastlane Jane, Damian McClellan for Gord Dan Sidovik and Peter Albrecht. 4 is Michelate, Dale Spence for Walter Wellett and Chris Nickel. 5 is Hawks Classy Girl, Jason Ryan for Cassidy Schneider and Colonel Schneider Jr. And number 6, Good Pride, Sylvain Grenier drives and trains and owns. Field of 6, race number 4. Let's get a look at this field, and we'll start with one LD's Sabina. It comes in with a couple of good races.
Yeah, a couple of good starts. Second best 2 back, and then fourth in the latest. A mile and 56 and 2 last time. Gary, this is going to be one of the few times this summer I'm going to pick a 2-year-old on top over older horses. Lone 2-year-old in the field. Got her on top. I got to go there.
I was expecting you to go to the 2, TJ All the Way, just because I know this is not your favorite thing, but Austin Sorry, Anthony Beaton, and shows a good mile here. 2 races to go, finishing second, but the last one was quicker, 56 and 2. Compares well enough. In fact, well, TJ All the Way, last start, 56 and 2 as well.
Yeah, they're pretty evenly matched, right? I mean, I think at the end of the day, when I was looking at this, I said, you know what? It's probably going to be one of those races where it's as easy as 1, 2, 3, and I added into 4 for the 4 spot. I went to the numbers game again. That's pretty much what it is.
Well, and look, TJ All the Way, you do get a hot Sammy Filya who's been on a nice run, but Austin Sorry's having a very good year throughout, 331 driving average, and Sammy's got up to the 300 level. And they both are winless, though, so 13 starts between the two of them, but we think the winner comes between those two. Number 3, Fastlane Jane, is one that, does show a 55 and 4 mile here 3 races back. Maybe Fastlane Jane can try to become part of the story. Doesn't have a top 3 yet, though.
Well, she does get a better post to work with, though, this time out. Outside post 7, and I think she was leaving a bit in there and then couldn't find a seat and was taken all the way to the back there. It was a hot quarter, 26 and change, and then just went along for the ride and paced the trip in 57 and 3. More than capable of going with these. Just not sure she can win it, though.
This is the 3-year-old Perfect Union that did not race as a 2-year-old. So the 2-year-old on the inside, then a 4-year-old in the 2. This is the 3-year-old. And look, at least has a chance to improve and get into the top 3 because you see a competitive 4th only 2 races back. Number 4, Michelate. I expected a little more last race, but look, only 2 career starts, and that was the first one in Ontario.
Yep, one to think about, maybe for the Super, but that's all I got for this one. 7-2 third choice in wagering. Dale Spence, catch driving for the Waylands here, so that's an interesting play. We'll see Dale later on as well. He's got a few drives this evening at the river. 3-1 action. I did not see that coming.
You know why I'd like to see Michelate race really well in here? $2,700 yearling purchase. I always like to see those ones that you didn't have to pay the big money for. Come on and get something accomplished.
Bargain, right? Yeah. Real bargain. $2,700.
Yeah,
and kind of fitting in, right? I mean, the horse players think she's good enough. 5-2, just behind the front 2 that are sitting at 2-1.
And Dale Spence with the drive. I guess Mike might be somewhere else driving because Mike gets he gets some frequent flyer miles going back and forth between. He's all over the place. And look, the one that I threw in for third is Good Pride, Sylvain Grenier. This is one also that's had 7 starts without a top 3. But I see a few little flashes here and there, and did come home a decent back half last time out. Maybe could build off of that, but I'm only thinking for the bottom of the ticket off of back-to-back 5ths.
Yeah, strictly on the bottom. If I was going there, I'd put the 5 Hawks Classy Girl ahead of her. I mean, Hawk Classy Girl, the latest, it's an improvement. Back half in 57 over Sarnia's 5/8 track, and she's starting to take some late action in this one. So the more I was looking at this race, I still can't get beyond the 1 and 2 or the 2 and 1 for the front two spots. But that 5 Hawks Classy Girl, that latest line's sort of catching my eye.
Yeah, 57 and 3 back half. And look, only one start, so that's often if you're looking for a horse that will step forward, it's one that, well, it's still lightly raced, so there's still more to be discovered.
100%. Like I said, I can't get anywhere beyond the 1 and 2 or the 2 and 1, but I could put the 5 up in the third spot now.
I'll tell you what, with young horses, I think any one of them, just because a lot of them. Now, look, the inside three have a little more experience, but still, the 4 and 5, they could step forward because they're very lightly raced. It's LD Sabina, TJ all the way on the inside, Fastlane Jane, McLotte to the outside, Hawks Classy Girl, and Good Pride. Field of 6 for the fourth race. Field 4, race number 4. He's at the start of the rough, and Good Pride will leave with TJ all the way. LD Sabina, now it's TJ all the way and LD Sabina, the top two. Good Pride is third. Fastlane Jane, McLotte, and Hawks Classy Girl is back trailing the field. TJ all the way has got the front right now. LD Sabina, though, is right there plugged into the pocket. That racing third is Good Pride, only 3 off the lead. Fastlane Jane is racing position fourth. Then it is back to McLotte and Hawks Classy Girl, and they race their way off the turn, and the field comes on towards us. TJ all the way. LD Sabina, Good Pride, racing on the inside third. 29 opening quarter put up by TJ all the way with LD Sabina in tow. Then Good Pride is racing position to third. Fastlane Jane. McLotte has just one beaten right now, and that is Hawks Classy Girl off at 29 opening quarter. They head up to the half. TJ all the way. Unchallenged, 6 in a line, half of 59 and 2, 30 and 2 in the second panel, and racing second, LD Sabina is 3 to 2 on the board as TJ all the way is the 6 to 5 favorite. Those two took most of the money, and Good Pride is third. Fastlane Jane, McLotte, and Hawks Classy Girl, TJ all the way. Austin Story still patient with LD Sabina, riding along in the pocket as they head on up to three quarters. TJ all the way, looking to go all the way. 128 and 3. LD Sabina now is angling out, but TJ all the way is sharp as they come to the top of the stretch, and Good Pride has moved out. LD Sabina is still on the back of TJ all the way and might be looking to try it down to the inside as they turn for home. TJ all the way. LD Sabina up the inside is coming with authority. It's TJ all the way, though. TJ all the way. Good Pride and LD Sabina started up the passing lane well, but then tired out and dropped back to third. Then McLotte, 157 and 3. TJ all the way, 157 and 3. And, well, Sammy's been on a nice little heater of late.
Yeah, she kicked home pretty good, 29 flat. Not surprised at all to see the 2 showing up in the winner's circle. The surprise for me here was the 6 coming on for the big deuce at likely a pretty good price.
Yeah, my third choice, because I went 1, 2, 6. But still, I only saw Good Pride a little further down, so I didn't have the nerve to take this one up into the top 2. I'll tell you what surprised me. I thought LD Sabina, when she started up the passing lane, it looked like she had something, but it very quickly evaporated.
You know what? I'm just looking through her program lines, and the only time it appears she actually passed the horse was in her qualifier, passing a horse late in her very first qualifier. After that, she's been riding along up close, and she just doesn't seem to pass many. So she gets passed here late to miss out on the runner-up finish.
Well, and we took the 2-year-old, and I guess we were wrong.
That's it right there, and that's why I don't take 2-year-olds over older horses. They've got a bit of a jump on them, and I think that might be the one and only 2 year old I'll put on top this meet when racing against older horses. It just doesn't normally work out for them.
Yeah, just every once in a while, you just get you try something that you don't normally like, and then you see, oh,
Yeah,
that's why I don't do that.
100%.
Well, that's what happened there. It's a 2-6-1-4. I had the right four, Sugar, but in the wrong order. TJ all the way victorious.
Right.
4-year-old McWicked Bay mare owned by Antonio Tangretta, trained by Bilbot. Sammy Filia, the winning driver. TJ all the way victorious. 157-3. Fans, the inquiry sum will be up pertaining to 3 Fast Lane Jane and possible broken equipment before the start. Fans note the judge's ruling that number 3 Fast Lane Jane did suffer broken equipment before the start. A refund 3 Fast Lane Jane. Fourth race payouts to TJ all the way. 420, 280, 210. 6 Good Pride, 880, 260. 1 LD Sabina, 210. $2 Exactor, 34.20. Dollar Try, 31.10. Dollar Super, 56.05. 20-cent Super, 11.21. Fourth race order of finish. From the top, 3-1, 5 place 6-4, 6 place 5, 2 on the bottom. Note that placing is for inside of pylons, pylon violation. From the top down, 3-1, and then refunded 5 place 6-4, 6 place 5, 2. Fans, note in race number 5, number 8, up Joey's credit, Austin Sorry driving. Race 5-8, up Joey's credit, Austin Sorry.
Winbank Farm graduates have earned close to $465 million and have won nearly 50,000 times, selling yearlings eligible to Delaware, Indiana, Kentucky, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Ontario, and Pennsylvania, producing yearlings from outstanding sires including American Ideal, Bettor's Delight, Cattle Wash, Courtly Choice, Father Patrick, and the Great McWicked. For more information, winbackfarm.com.
Fans, just to note that Super High Five carryover, $2,300.40. The High Five carry it over into this fifth race. Field for the fifth on parade, the Omega Alpha Pharmaceuticals Parade. 1 Armor Seals for Anthony Hunt for Gabby Sasso and Jeffrey Korchesny. Number 2 is Reactor Now. Brett McDonough for Greg McNair and Bradley Grant. 3 is HB List Shadow. Jason Ryan for Shane Barrington and Imagine Stable. For the Greek Freak, Garrett Rooney for Desiree Jones and Gino Toscani. Equipment change, open bridle to blinkers. 5 Flash Cube, Jay Harris for Jody Cullen and Yvonne Mondu. Number 6, Vis-a-Vis Blue Chip, Damian McClellan for Robert Kyle Fellows and Mickey Sudar and Arpad Zabo. Number 7, Dragons Better, Daryl Thiessen for Corey Giles and Michelle Tart and Verinder Gill. 8 is Up Joey's Credit, Austin Sorey for Jacob Roberts and James Wood. And 9, Harry G, Sammy Filia for Duncan Gillis and Christina Saftig. Well, the Super High 5 and a carryover as well. Let's get right to it. We're both alive at the pick 5, but you have an extra horse, 6 Vis-a-Vis Blue Chip. We'll start with the 3 and 4. We're both in on those two, and we both see it in that order, although they're pretty close, and I think they'll stay close on the tote board. Right now, HP List Shadow 7-5.
Yeah, they're probably going to go back and forth for favorite status right up until they go behind the gate, Gary. HP List Shadow, the newest track record holder at Grand River Raceway, 151 trip in the latest. And I remarked that night, I remarked earlier this evening, likely the best trip that horse has gotten in a long, long time. And he can find a spot up close again this evening, gets another great shot at repeating. Jason Ryan staying on for Shane Barrington. HP Liz Shadow could be your high 5 topper. Well over $10,000 in new money bet into this carryover high 5, Gary.
Look, and they both had big 100,000 plus earning seasons last year, so no surprise that they're good. And HP List Shadow blasted on by to win by 4.5 and 51. It was very definitive. But number 4, the Greek Freak. This is one that, in terms of overall lifetime career class, has about 307,000 more than HP List Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Open bridle to blinkers. I don't know what we'll see, but the Greek Freak here, both times here, blasted out.
Yeah, real good account of himself both times. The first time at the river this summer, a 151-2 winner, and then he got in kind of tough with the preferred group on Industry Day. Lamborghini Lou got the best of them. Storm Along was there. Sauble Ace was in the mix as well. Still managed to pace them out on 52 and change when trying to go all the way. Went back up to Woodbine Mohawk Park in the latest. Closed up very strong in that one. So maybe a trip from off the pace could be more to the Greek Freak's liking here, but it's like I mentioned earlier, though, when you think you got the best horse, you want to be on the lead.
Yeah, and you see that August 4th Industry Day, 25-4 opening quarter.
Yeah.
But and still, actually raced pretty credibly. You see fifth, but fifth beating a length and a half over leading all the way
right there,
in
right?
that preferred 2 class. And so I toyed with taking him on top of HP List Shadow. Number 6, Vis-a-Vis Blue Chip. We both have this one third. You included this one, so you could get paid in that pick 5 and get it all to yourself if Vis-a-Vis Blue Chip comes in, at least between the two of us. Of course, a lot of people will have the 6 in here as well.
If this 6 surprises on top to end the pick 5, that ticket's coming back somewhere near $600 on a 20-cent play. So wouldn't bother me to see number 6 Vis-a-Vis Blue Chip getting the job done here. There is some gate speed to work with. Picks up a young catch driver. Cape Breton's own Damian McClellan on board her at 12-1.
Number 9, Harry G. You get Sammy Filia, who's rolling, and Duncan Gillis. And Harry G is one that, look at last time out, 51-4. That was a very credible second to HP List Shadow.
Second best in that track record mile. Sammy Filion got along fine with him. I mean, followed up a hot early pace. He'll be hoping for more of the same this evening. I think he's a must play in the high 5 at 21-1.
We both have the same top 4 in order, but here's where we veer apart. You went to 7 Dragons Better. I went to Reactor Now. Tell me about both of them.
Well, Dragons Better racing for Corey Giles in the latest 2. I mean, first and second in both outings, and the latest was a 52-1 win at the River. Daryl Thiessen staying on 7. Dragons better. Gets a big shot. Right now, he's a third choice behind the 3 and 4, but this is a tougher task for that one tonight.
Interesting to see what he does because blasted out from post 5 last race, but now post position 7 and up a level. Maybe might try things differently. Dragons better. That was my concern, is that post 7 just might not be right for him here. We'll see. I went to Reactor now. This is a one with back class sent up by Greg McNair, and did finish a third in this class last time out. In fact, was a third with HP Les Shadow and then Harry G.
The 2 Reactor now. Got the gate speed. It's the final quarter speed where he gets a little short, right? I mean, he's 29-1 last time out, which is a little better than his previous 2. I think Brett McDonald's got to send him, find a seat up close. Just try to get what he can. Try to stick around late for a piece of the high 5. We're less than a minute now. I had a message earlier from a mutual friend, Gary. You may know him as the pie guy. Our
Mr. Omicioli.
Yeah, he's on his way to the River on Wednesday, and he's mentioning the menu is a Michigan 4-berry, cherry, and in season now is peach pie.
Wow. I've never had peach pie.
Pies will be around the backstretch, I'm sure.
But I got to tell you one thing. I'm known as a picky eater, except for one category of food I'm not a picky eater on. That is dessert. There's no such thing as a bad dessert. There are ones that are just okay, and then there's great, and that's it.
Well, it's like I say, I get my nickname honestly. I mean, the kids called me Sugar 20 years ago because my pockets were always full of candy, and it's very tough to stay off the sugar for the sugar man.
And, I do believe that you might be slightly overreacting to Reactor Now's lack of closing. And look, I can't leave a Greg McNair horse off this top 5, especially one that gets off the gate reasonably well. Just the key will be to stick around in it, but has been in the top 3 at the opening quarter in each of his last 6 starts.
Yeah, he can grab a piece of it. Like I said, likely to be sitting up close. Can he stick around late? That's the big question. And here we go, big field of 9, and getting set to surpass that estimated $15,000 pool.
You're
less high 5 carryover.
You're less excited about Reactor Now getting a piece of it than you are a piece of pie. That's certainly caught your fancy much more so. It's a field of 9 with Armor, Seals to Reactor Now, and HP Les Shadow on the inside, the Greek Freak and Flash Cube. To the outside, vis-a-vis Blue Chip Dragons better, up Joey's Credit, and Harry G. It's a field of 9, race number 5, featuring the high 5. Field for the 5th race. In position. There at the start of the rough, and Dragons Better is going to blast up, but also leaving the Greek Freak. HP Les Shadow, the Greek Freak, is quickly out to grab the lead. Then Dragons Better, HP Les Shadow, Reactor Now, Flash Cube, and then Armor Sealster, Harry G, trailing pair, vis-a-vis Blue Chip, and up to Joey's Credit, the Greek Freak, 1-2 on the boards, got the lead. Racing second, HP Les Shadow. Reactor Now is third, then Flash Cube fourth. Dragons Better left, but then had to take back, and is now on the inside. Racing position 5th, opening quarter 26-2, put up by the Greek Freak, and racing position 6th right now is Armor Sealster. Then it is back further to Harry G, vis-a-vis Blue Chip, and up Joey's Credit off a 26-2 opening quarter. The Greek Freak and G Money. Garrett Rooney's got the lead as they race their way up towards the half, and HP Les Shadow stalking from the pocket. Then racing position 3rd is Reactor Now, and 4th on the inside is Flash Cube, and now Armor Sealster has flashed to the outside, and Dragons Better is 6th on the inside. Then it is back further to Harry G, up Joey's Credit, and vis-a-vis Blue Chip. The Greek Freak at 1-2, leading HP Les Shadow, and now Reactor Now is coming on. Reactor Now is moving up on the outside, and is a length and 3/4 off the lead. Flash Cube is racing position 4th. Dragons Better, Harry G, up Joey's Credit, Armor Sealster, and vis-a-vis Blue Chip is last, and the field is about to turn for home. The Greek Freak and now HP List Shadow is trying to come on gamely and is coming now. The Greek Freak on the inside. HP List Shadow on the outside on down the stretch drive they come. And HP List Shadow was able to get a good trip and then come on by the Greek Freak. Reactor now is third, then Flash Cube and Dragon's better. 151 and 2. HP List Shadow Sugar.
Right back, right? With another great trip tonight. Wow, this horse is certainly getting plenty of confidence back now after trying the river for a couple of starts. Track record mile in the latest, and goes by quite easy here in the high five carryover race. 151 and 2, home in 27 and 3 ish. Very nice trip. And look at him finishing up, just kind of full of himself. I mean, this horse, if he goes back to the big track at Woodbine Mohawk Park, tons of confidence now.
Yeah, we thought it was a race between the 3 and 4. We went 3-4. That's the way it came. But there's Reactor now, who kind of reacted to you using this one, not using this one on your pick on your top 5 on the high five.
Yeah, you know what? The more I thought about it after we talked, I mean, you had to put him there. I mean, 3 and 4 were going to be the obvious front two in there. Reactor now with his gate blasting was going to sit up close, and this high five probably comes back okay because the longest shot on the board, I believe, the 5 horse at 45 to 1, was holding fourth in there. So with a couple of favorites on top, you do have some pretty good price players underneath.
Yeah, we argued about whether you could use the 2 or 7 behind the 4 that we liked the most, and well, they both got there, along with Flash Cube.
Right on, it's Jason Ryan returning here, 2 in a row for HP List Shadow for Shane Barrington. Well done.
HP List Shadow, 6-year-old Shadow Play, Brown Gelding by Imagine Stable. Shane Barrington is the trainer. Jason Ryan with the winning drive. HP List Shadow, it's the 4th win this year. 2nd in a row. 22nd win lifetime. The payouts, 3 HP List Shadow, 550, 230, 210 for the Greek Freak, 210, 210. 2 Reactor now, $4, $2 exactor, $7.90. Dollars prize, $16.85. Dollar high five, $978.10. 20-cent high five is $195.62. Dollar pick 3, $12.85. Dollar pick 4, $50.65. And the dollar pick 5 is $208.60. Note the 20-cent pick 5 is $41.72. the fifth race order finish from the top. 831-249-576. That's 831-249-576 on the bottom.
All right, folks, we're getting set to go into the back half of this Monday night program. We did 5 up front. We're doing 4 on the back. So with the final 4, of course, it's going to be a late pick 4 play. Thanks so much to everyone getting in on that high 5 carryover, well supported by horse players. Price came back fabulous. I mean, the 2 favorites finishing 1-2, just shy of $200 returning on a 20-cent wager, and that's all right in my book. So again, we thank the players for supporting another carryover at Grand River Raceway. So let's get talking about a late pick 4 here. Let's bring up tickets. Myself, Gary Guy, and our friend Conley. He's done his best to map out a winning pick 4 play. For me, the opening leg, it's got to be the favorites, right? And they are outside, and they get to move in a spot with the scratch of number 4, Keystone Dakota. Strong, nice bounce back deuce in the latest for Steve Hudon. I like the chances for that one. Likely to be the speed ball in here, number 5, Keystone Dakota. And then 6, How You Play the Game, coming in for Team Cullen. Jason Ryan gets what appears to be a live catch driving mount here in race number 6. Race 7, pacing event, and all pace. Pick 4 right here at the River. In the 7th race, we're using 1. Play Something Sweet. 2-year-old, right, in against older horses. Play Something Sweet, though. That's a pretty sharp-looking win. By Mohawk Park in the latest with Jody Jamieson on board for Paul Cameron. Jason Ryan, another live catch driving assignment with the 1 in race 7, also including 5 Greystone Playgirl, another one for Steve Hudon. He's got a pretty good lineup tonight. The 8th race, that's where we're going to start to go deep. It's a preferred event. The likes of Ideal Perception, we're using that one, as well as the 4 JMR Speak Away, the 5 Sportsline, and 6 Storm Along. Gets an outside chance for Jason Ryan. 9th and final race, final leg of this pick 4 play. Inside to Britta's Best Bet, trying to double up after winning sharply by a nose in 52-1, a life best in the latest. Number 2, Sarah B. Delight. A rare break last time out, took every chance away, but Jason Ryan will try to right the ship on that one for Marie-Hélène Dupont. Sarah B. Delight gets a big shot at race 9, as well as the 4. I've got On Top Rainstorm pegged as a player in there, a decent third in each of her latest 2. And then also from the training spot, number 9, Whole Lot of Rosie Sammy. For Chantel Mitchell, who's on a pretty good run lately. Her barn has been very sharp. I'm in for $12.80 on the 20-cent wager. Gary Guy, late pick 4, ticket idea. Let's go. 6 and 5 for Gary to open it up. He went outside to 6, How You Play the Game, putting that one on top. 6 and 5 for Gary, starting things up. Then he's on the 1 and 7. Play Something Sweet, the 2-year-old. As well as 7 in, isn't it? Isn't easy. Tongue twister for me. Hope not for you, Gary. 35-1 upset winner last time out. Not going to get that kind of price for that one this evening. 8th race for Gary. It's 1, 4, and 6. And on the end of it, he'll try for Britta's Best Bet again. And number 7, I Bet You a Kiss. Anthony Beaton and Coulter teaming up in the finale. Gary in for just $4.80 on his play. One more ticket quickly for Conley. Echo Stone, does he have a single in his sequence? That's what I want to know. Of course. 3 deep for Conley in race 6 with 3, 5, and 6. He does single up the 1. The 2-year-old, daughter of Cattle Wash in race 7, Play Something Sweet. 4 deep for Connolly, race 8. 3 deep on the end with Britta's Best Bet, Sarah B. Delight. I Bet You a Kiss. $7.20 for Conley's late pick 4 ticket idea. Best of luck to all playing along on this late pick 4 at the River.
On post parade 1, written in stone, Dale Spence for Brenda Duncan and Dave Duncan. Number 2 is New Shooter, Brody LeCain for John Braid. Number 3 is Typhoon Stride, Daryl Thiessen for Ashley Lanvoy and Gino Toscani. 4 is Scratched. 5 is Keystone Dakota, Steve Houdon for Laura Toscani and Martin Kepfer. And number 6, How You Play the Game, Jason Ryan for Jody Cullen and David Snowden. It is a field of 5 with the 6th race. We lost the 4, a scratch, so just a compact field of 5. And, well, let's just start with number 6, How You Play the Game. I think this is the one that's going to get played on top, and why not? You see a bunch of 51 and changes on the dance card, and last time out at Mohawk, 52.
Yeah, this could be the spot. It's a real good pickup for driver Jason Ryan, who seems to have a very strong back half of this Monday evening card at the River. Team Cullen sending out How You Play the Game. You know, it's been 5th and 6th in the latest, but this is an easier spot. And with a reduced field of 5 now, I mean, it doesn't appear she's got a whole lot of gate speed, but it doesn't matter. I mean, at worst, she's going to be sitting 5th. And she always seems to kick home nicely. I mean, lots of back quarters there, 26 and 27 in recent starts. So she gets a big shot. I'm not going to say she's a sure thing. Never in a horse race. The biggest competition's got to come from the 5, Keystone Dakota, off that latest.
You know, I actually toyed with the idea of going to Keystone Dakota on top. Boy, that mile back here, June the 23rd, a win in 51 and 2. That was really an outstanding effort. Well, we were surprised on that night. Was the betting favorite and had been not receiving a lot of love, but that was really good. Had a couple of seconds here, just wasn't getting the love, and then, well, the favorite there and lived up to it, but hasn't been quite as good of late. But the last race, better.
Needed that start, right? We mentioned it's great to see when a horse comes in from the big track at Woodbine Mohawk Park and, not showing much in the latest, but finding their form at Grand River Raceway. I mean, we just saw HP Liz Shadow have 2 straight victories, huge in both of them, big-time confidence builder. So a nice bounce-back deuce for this 5, Keystone Dakota, in his latest, and I could see Steve Houdon sailing this one right to the front end and might play Catch Me If You Can.
You know, one of my favorite things is trying to split the top 2 choices, and the one that the fans, the one the fans think is the right one to split is the 3. But you went to one written in stone, and you pulled a fast one on us back here June the 20th. It took this horse on top at 8-1 and was able to score.
Tough spot for this one, but a short field, right? I mean, this horse has no early speed to speak of, so I don't know, maybe sits 4th or 5th of this field, but usually kicks home pretty good, 28 or 29. Not capable of 52 speed, which this mile may go in. The reason I didn't put the 3 in there for 3rd is because the time missed, right? The last starting June 30th. So we're talking like 6 weeks of missed racing action for number 3.
Yeah, so, and look, scratched vet sick. I mean, this is also one that doesn't have a win on the air. 7 out of 15 in the top 3. I went to Typhoon Stride, back class. I mean, obviously 49 and 3, but that was 3 years ago. But still, I just thought that Typhoon Stride's just a much more proven horse than written in stone, and that I could just excuse the time off.
Yeah, I can agree with you. Just, you know what, I like fresh horses over one that's missed 6 weeks. That's all.
Well, and there's logic to that, of course, but I try not to confuse myself with logic because that just gets in the way of having fun.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's a field of 5 for race number 6. On the inside, written in stone and New Shooter. In the center, Typhoon Stride. To the outside, Keystone Dakota. And How You Play the Game. Field of 5, the 6th dash. The lights, they're a-flashing. The gate is a-moving. The fabricated folding fence is moving forward. Written in stone, new shooter on the inside. Typhoon Stride in the center. To the outside, Keystone Dakota. And how you play the game. Field for the 6th race. On into the backstretch they go. And they're at the start of the rough. And leaving out quickly, how you play the game. Keystone Dakota, Typhoon Stride also. Those three stride out together. Typhoon Stride on the inside, though. Inside advantage, Keystone Dakota. And now how you play the game is going to take back and play on the inside third as Keystone Dakota, even money, is going to press on. Then Typhoon Stride is racing in the pocket as Keystone Dakota is sweeping up and clearing to the front. Typhoon Stride second. How you play the game took back after leaving. Found a seat on the inside third. 27-2 opening quarter. Then new shooter and written in stone is trailing the field. Keystone Dakota leads as they head up towards the half of a 27-2 opening quarter. Keystone Dakota. Typhoon Stride left well enough to get a pocket trip and is happily motoring along a length and a half off the lead. How you play the game is patiently racing on the inside third right now. 56-3 halftime. Then new shooter and written in stone. On down the backstretch for Keystone Dakota and Steve Houdon leading by a length and a half. Typhoon Stride on the inside. There goes how you play the game now. Quickly wanting to play up alongside Keystone Dakota as they head their way on towards three quarters. Keystone Dakota, how you play the game. They're now dueling. They're both even money on the board, and they're going to settle things with a throwdown. They head on by three quarters, and how you play the game. Well, not that much of a throwdown. Keystone Dakota could not hold off how you play the game. How you play the game leads at a length and a half. Keystone Dakota second. Typhoon Stride, new shooter and written in stone. And the field turns for home off three quarters, 125-3. How you play the game is not wanting to play any longer. Wants to just play alone. Coming on to the finish, and how you play the game. Keystone Dakota, then written in stone, and new shooter off stride. Typhoon Stride, 154 flat. How you play the game. Well, didn't win the first half of the race and didn't win that early battle, but won where it mattered most, Sugar.
Indeed. I mean, nice brush through the late stages to get there. And again, just another horse coming in from Woodbine, Mohawk Park for a confidence-building win. I mean, the last time he raced in a 5/8 was George in early July. A pocket trip in 151 flat, right? And I know what you've said about Georgian all summer about Grand River being a little quicker. So, I mean, this horse just found a great spot to sort of bounce back and find his form.
Yeah, and he might have gone faster if he needed to go faster, but you see the rest of the field is behind. But at least Keystone Dakota, I mean, pressed the issue, and then the main job here now is to hold for second, and then you see a Typhoon Stride goes off stride, who might have tried to come up and grab a spot, but so we thought it was the 6-5, and we're looking at the finish, and, well, how you play the game. Even money, they were both even money, but how you play the game was the one that we played on top. And look, this is one that sometimes isn't always consistent, but still overall, one that I thought just stood out here. The thing was, only 2 wins on the year, so you had to just take it on that back class with how you play the game. The outside two are both the ones that had the big chunk of back class.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a done deal for me when I saw the program, especially with the 4 scratching in there. I mean, the exactor 6-5. It comes back at $4 even.
You did
Heaviest action for the third horse was on the 3 horse.
Yeah, but you managed to get your written in stone because of the break of the 3. So good on you.
Yes.
You get the top 3 written in stone. Didn't got away last, but got in to be third to prove that Shooter, he's right again. Back in front of us, there is number 6, How You Play the Game. 6-year-old sports writer Bay Gelding. Dave Snowden owns. Jody Cullen, the trainer. Jason Ryan, the winning drive. It's the third win for how you play the game on the season 13th lifetime. Note it is the driving hat trick on the evening for Jason Ryan, and the payout 6, how you play the game. $4, 210, 210, 5 Keystone Dakota, 210, 210, 1 written in stone, 330, $2 exactor, 360, dollar try, 670, dollar super, 51.40, 20 cent super, 10.28. The sixth race, order of finish from the top. 3, 4, 5, scratch to 1. There's 3, 4, 5, scratch to 1 on the bottom.
Are you dreaming of a career with horses? The Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program is here to help. If you're an Ontario resident, you can take our free course and turn your passion into a profession. And employers can register for the program and receive wage subsidies, 50% for up to 18 weeks. or a maximum of $5,000. It's a win-win for job seekers and businesses alike. Ready to take the reins? Visit OntarioEquineEducation.com today and start your journey in the equine industry.
I'm Natasha Day. I train and drive harness racing horses at London, Ontario. These are my main products that I use in my racehorse barn that are all Omega Alpha, the Biotic 8, the Immune Plus, the Anti-Flam, which is great for the horses after they've had a hard day racing. The Biotic 8, I swear by it. Get all the dapples out, gets the old coat out, gets everything pumping and moving and makes the shine really come out.
Field 4, race number 7 on Post Parade. 1 is Play Something Sweet. Jason Ryan for Paul Cameron and Jamie Cameron and Arnold's Horse Shack. Number 2 is Rosie Beach. Mike Horner drives for Doug Wilson and Mark Horner. Number 3 is TJ Bliss, Austin Surrey for Jeff McGuire. The owners are Jean Dallaire. Jeff shares an ownership along with Pierre Nadeau and Steve Lapierre. Number 4 is CC the Yankee, Mike Whalen for Walter Whalen and Chris Nickel. Five is Greystone Playgirl, Steve Houdon for Laura Toscani and Carmelo Shime and John Henderson. Number 6, How Back Hottie, Daryl Thiessen for Jody Cullen, Wayne McCrae, and Brady Doyle and Robert Tilley and Gary Mott. And number 7, Isn't Easy, Scott Coulter for Paul Coulter. Field of 7 for race number 7. Let's get a look at this field. And Greystone Playgirl, 5-2 on the board, getting some love, and one that you've decided you can use on top. It doesn't have a win yet this year, but last race was a nice improvement.
It was. I liked her effort. Very game. I mean, Steve made a move with this one following the quarter mile, and she was challenging first up for a long ways, and she would not go away. Better Bell did good to hold her off. This one still had a back quarter in her, 28-4, to be the runner-up finisher in the latest. So here's one that is going in the right direction. Like her chances, and I don't mind that price at 3-1.
And the 3-year-old shadow play, and, well, you didn't bite on taking the 2-year-old over the 3-year-old. You kind of got taught that lesson a little earlier this evening, but you know what? I bit. Remember, these picks were made earlier before the card started. But you know what? I'll still stay with it. 2 starts for this 2-year-old cattle wash chestnut filly on the inside. One play something sweet. And now you get Jason Ryan coming in off of a driver's hat trick, so that's an angle you like, the hot driver.
Hot driver, right? Daughter of cattle wash, a chestnut daughter of cattle wash at that. I mean, she's a beaten favorite in the career debut, and that was back in mid-June, Gary. So she got put away for about 6 weeks, freshened up, and she come back, and right off the bat, she was in the winner's circle. So pretty good to see that. 9-5 favorite for a 2-year-old in against the older horses. This will be the time I get bitten, right? I went with the 2-year-old earlier, got beat. This would be a 2-year-old that would likely beat me here. She's sharp. She's right on the bit here for Jason Ryan. It's just, you know what, a rail horse, 2-year-old in against older horses. Where does she get away even, right? That's what I'm thinking.
Well, and you saw this one get away 4th, but post position 6 last time up. It certainly kicked home 56-3 back half.
Yeah, I like the effort. It looks like she was used a few times, parking through the quarter, and then she's out again at 3 quarters and closing, passing horses. I mean, the connections, they liked her right off the bat to start her in mid-June. And as mentioned, she was a beaten favorite in that career debut. So the connections are high on this one's talent.
Number 3, TJ Bliss, is one that you saw race in that London Classic Series, finishing 3rd May the 12th, and a decent mile on the half-mile track, 57-3. Raced in the Prospect Series at Georgian last race, just not really a factor, but now drops a level.
I can ignore that latest now that she's down a bit in class. And how about the hot trainer, Jean-Francois McGuire has been on a really good roll, especially here at Grand River Raceway. So I've got all kinds of time for this 3-horse TJ Bliss at 5-2.
Yeah, and he wins a lot year in and year out. Like he's put up numbers over a consistent number of seasons. So TJ Bliss, big Jim filly that you do have to at least look at. As I said, the last race at Georgian wasn't great, but, comes in here and a track that qualified here in 57-4 June the 18th, and then didn't actually race until August the 4th. So this is the 3rd start off of a little bit of a respite. Could be better as well. Number 7, Isn't Easy. Well, it wasn't easy for you to say this filly's name earlier, but It was easy enough for you to at least find this one onto the top four.
Right. Some of them just twist my tongue now and then, and that is one right there. A 35-1 winner. And the latest, she's a winning favorite over Clinton. The start before that, I threw her in because it's the numbers game, right? 5, 1, 3, 7, odd numbered superfecta. Let's go.
Yeah, well, and I threw this one in second and used in behind Play Something Sweet on my multi-leg. So we'll see what happens here. It's Play Something Sweet and Rosie Beach. In the center, TJ Bliss, CC Yankee, Gray Stone Playgirl to the outside, Hamakati, and Isn't Easy. Field of 7. It's race number 7. The 7th dash on a marvelous Monday as we are gathered at the river. Field is motoring towards the start. They're at the start of the rough, and Hamak Hottie is going to blast early, and TJ Bliss, then Rosie Beach and CC Yankee. Play Something Sweet gets away 5th on the inside. Then Greystone Playgirl is back second last and Isn't Easy is eased off the gate and is trailing the field. Hamak Hottie, there goes now TJ Bliss, who wants to sweep up and get the lead. TJ Bliss is 3-2 on the board and is able to come on and grab the front. Hamak Hottie is second. Rosie Beach is third right now. In front of CC Yankee, Play Something Sweet is still playing 5th right now, but at least is in front of Greystone Playgirl and Isn't Easy off a 28-second opening quarter. TJ Bliss leads at a length and a half. Hamak Hottie is staying up close to TJ Bliss, then a gap of 3. Rosie Beach and CC Yankee. Play Something Sweet is still playing 5th and is on the inside, but now is starting to angle out. Play Something Sweet is stepped out, but then kind of flattened out a little bit after stepping out, and then Greystone Playgirl and Isn't Easy. Halftime of 57-1, and it is TJ Bliss. Hamak Hottie still there in the pocket. Rosie Beach is third. Play Something Sweet now is coming on, has taken up 4th, and then CC Yankee way back. Greystone Playgirl and Isn't Easy, but TJ Bliss has been the story so far, and on by 3/4, and TJ Bliss opens up. TJ Bliss, Hamak Hottie is still holding on to second. Rosie Beach is flattened out. CC Yankee on the inside, and then 5th place Something Sweet is hitting a sour note and getting urging to come on, and is out 3 wide. 126 for 3/4. They turn for home, and it is TJ Bliss. TJ Bliss and Hamak Hottie, and now Play Something Sweet is coming, but on the inside CC Yankee. But TJ Bliss is home and cooled out. Hamak Hottie, and then third, it looked like Play Something Sweet over CC Yankee, but TJ Bliss won 55-2. Pretty dominating looking effort, and well, Jean-Francois McGuire, Sugar.
Nice victory. McGuire hits again at the river. New best for that daughter of Big Jim. Well-meant winner tonight. They weren't beating her, and likely some pretty good value in the second spot. Yes, indeed, that Cullen trainee, Hamak Hottie, 16-1, second longest shot on the board behind this 3-2 favorite.
I was wondering about Daryl staying up close to TJ Bliss, wondering if that was going to hurt this this filly, but no. I mean, still is racing well, coming for home, and is clearly able to hold on to second, and is still actually racing strongly to be beaten only a couple of lengths.
Yeah, my odd-numbered superfecta no good in there. 6 is there for second. I think the 4, CC, the Yankee, is even in there for either third or fourth. But again, TJ Bliss, what can you say about JF McGuire? He was doing it well this spring in London, and now kind of crushing at the river this summer.
And Play Something Sweet, it looked like the on-off switch kept going on, then off, then on, then off. Just kind of, a young 2-year-old just figuring some things out.
That's the thing, right? I mean, they could show remarkable miles, but at the end of the day, you're getting a rookie horse and against horses with many more starts, much more experience. So, again, that was my one and only shot with a 2-year-old this season over older horses early on the program, and I don't think you'll see that angle from me again this summer.
Well, I could brag about the fact that I used CC Yankee for third, but then I'd have to tell you I used Isn't Easy for second, and yeah, that didn't turn out.
No.
Not at
Austin
all.
Sorry, back to victory lane.
At 3-2, it's number 3, TJ Bliss. Back in front of us, TJ Bliss, a 3-year-old big Jim Bay filly owned by Jean Dallaire, Jean-Francois McGuire, Steve Lapierre, and Jean-Pierre Nadeau. Jean-Francois McGuire, the trainer, Austin Sorry, the winning driver, TJ Bliss, victorious in 155-2. Seventh race of payouts. 3 TJ Place, $5, $3.60, $3.30, 6 How Mac Hottie, $14.30, $11.20. 4 CC Yankee, $7.30, $2 exactor, $47.40. Dollar Tribe, $144. Dollar Super, $543.05. 20-cent Super, $108.61. Seventh race order finish from the top. 4713625. That's 4713625.
Ontario is home to outstanding sires, including three-time millionaire pacer tattoo artist who is new in 2025, the last great son of the legendary Some Beach Somewhere and multiple stakes champion Beach Glass, Meadowlands Pace and Ontario Sire Stakes champion Lawless Shadow, and the richest pacing stallion in all of harness racing history, the great Hall of Famer Mick Wicked. Also standing at Winbank Farm, Archangel, Better Than Cheddar, Betting Line by MVP in Trixton. For more information, visit winbankfarm.com.
Field on post parade for the 8th one. Ideal Perception, Anthony Hahn for Anthony Beaton and Lisa Lafort. Number 2, Reign Supreme, Daryl Thiessen for Zachary Carroll. 3, Harbor Light Ambrose, Austin Sorry for Rachel Andrew and Ralph Jardine. Number 4, GMR Speakaway. Jay Harris for Boyd Wilson and GMR Racing and Harold Wilson. 5, Sportsline. Sammy Fillier for Patrick Bissett and Craig Parrott. And number 6 is Storm Along. Jason Ryan for Greg McNary and Bradley Grant. Field of 6, race number 8. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, Sugar, we have what you call a difference of opinion here, but you're going with number 6, Storm Along. Last race didn't storm much, but, well, you only have to go 2 back here. Pretty solid effort, beating just a length to Lamborghini Lou.
Yep, reuniting with Jason Ryan, right? Jason's been first and second with his horse back in late June and into July. Storm Along is a good fit with these. It's a wide open preferred. It's a great race, and it should be a great betting board. Right now, heaviest action is on the 1, Ideal Perception, the longest shot being the 3, but any one of 6 with the right kind of trip can win this race.
Yeah, I heard a lot of dinging there. Did you put some hot dogs in the microwave or something?
Oh, that's our friend Dave from Michigan, right?
Okay. Oh, Pie Man.
He's coming.
Oh no, he can
and
make.
And he's looking forward to it.
He can make all the noise he wants. Pie Man can ding, bang, do whatever he feels like. Number 5.
He's got a couple of horses in to go on Wednesday night, so that's why he's making the road trip.
I love to see it. Number 5, Sportsline. Well. Yeah, in this class, 2 races ago, winner Gagnon.
Yeah, Sportsline, nothing wrong with him in here. He's got a nice gate blasting ability that could suit him well with these. He's 4th best to Lamborghini Lou in the $20,000 preferred on Industry Day. Sportsline and Sammy. Pat Bissett had a big day at Clinton yesterday afternoon. He sent out 3 winners. So his barn is red hot right now.
Boy, if you could get a 6.5 exactor, that'd be a nice little price because the money is coming for 1 Ideal Perception.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think the money might stay somewhat the way it is because 1 Ideal Perception, the next one we'll talk about. My top one, the last time this one blasted to the front here in this class from post position 1, June the 9th. Loves post 1 for some reason. Some don't, but this veteran says, oh, post 1. Oh, that's when I go to the front and wire the field by 4+ lengths in 51 and 3.
He is definitely a front man. I mean, he loves to be on top. He's a 38-time winner throughout his career. I would bet that more than half of those wins came on the lead, and now he reunites with an old pal. Anthony Hahn goes on board.
Yeah, and Anthony's won off the front with him a lot of times here. He especially likes going to the front here from post 1 and just bombing the field. Number 4, JMR Speakaway. I went to this one all the way up to 2nd, and in fact right now is the 2nd choice at 7-2. The money's bouncing around and getting a little more even. JMR Speakaway is one that was good at Mohawk last race.
Right, and another one with some gate blasting ability, and he's got a driver on board that likes to send him, Jay Harris. 2-1 second choice right now. Now it's 5-2 behind the 1 Ideal Perception. I'm surprised to see, the 1 and 4 bet kind of heavy, leaving some pretty good value on the rest of the field here.
One of those in the rest of the field, too, is number 2, Reign Supreme. Now, the one reason why maybe this one's not getting a lot of love, because you do see some nice numbers looking further down the page, but it's had just 1 start since missing some time due to sickness, and that 1 start isn't going to entice anyone to bet this one right now.
Yeah, he missed a little more than a month, right? Most of July, and he come back August 9th over Woodbine Mohawk Park. A trip from off the pace where they got down to the half 53-1, so followed up a seriously hot early pace, but nothing doing there on that return race. But he needed that start, right? So I think we can all expect a little more from this too. Reign Supreme, Zachary Carroll, owner, trainer, and breeder, and he does a fine job with his horses out at Dorchester Downs.
And we might as well talk about Harborlet Ambrose because this is the longest shot on the board, but comes in off of a win And it's just the one that has hit the top three now in all but one of the last 8 starts.
Right on. His form is pretty good. I mean, we've talked about the rest. Maybe right now we're talking about the best. I mean, he's a 13-1 longest shot on the board, but I mentioned it earlier. Any one of 6 could win this race with the right kind of trip.
Well, right now you're sitting at 7-2 with your Storm Along on the outside, now 4-1, and well, I'm along with Ken Middleton with Ideal Perception on the inside. It's Ideal Perception reigns supreme. In the center, Harbourlet Ambrose, JMR Speakaway to the outside, Sports Line, and Storm Along. It's a field of 6 for race number 8. Field for the 8th race. They're at the start and they're off, and pressing out JMR Speakaway. Ideal Perception on the inside is still driving. Harbourlet Ambrose and Storm Along, but it's going to be JMR Speakaway who is first away. Ideal Perception, Harbourlet Ambrose continues to drive on the outside. Reign Supreme is fourth away. Then Storm Along and Sportsline. Harbourlet Ambrose, 10-1 on the board, makes the front. There goes Ideal Perception now quickly moving, got away third and popped out as they race off the turn. And Harbourlet Ambrose, Austin Sorry looks over his right shoulder, and if he looks now, he can see Ideal Perception coming. And Ideal Perception is moving up, wants to clear before the turn, and is going to do so. Harbourlet Ambrose, then JMR Speakaway, 26-2 opening quarter. Reign Supreme is racing fourth. Then Storm Along, and back to the trailer Sports Line. It is Ideal Perception wanting to pick up a breather now. 55 halftime. Ideal Perception at 3-1 on the board. Rose up and 3-1. Harbourlet Ambrose is racing the pocket. JMR Speakaway. There goes Reign Supreme now coming on for Double Barrel Darrell and is moved up to take over third. JMR Speakaway fourth from the backfield Sports Line. And then it is back to Storm Along, who is trailing the field, and they head on up and by 3/4. And Ideal Perception now Reign Supreme on the outside. Ideal Perception reigns supreme. Ideal Perception getting a couple of moves now, a couple of taps by Anthony Hahn. Reign Supreme is looming on the outside, though, at 3-1 also, alongside the 3-1 Ideal Perception. And Harbourlet Ambrose isn't done and is on the inside looking for the passing lane. 3/4, 124-1, and now Reign Supreme has got the lead. Harbourlet Ambrose up the inside. Reign Supreme is going to win. Harbourlet Ambrose second. JMR Speakaway. Then Sportsline Storm Along and Ideal Perception 152-3. Sugar Hour picks weren't there at the finish because, well, Reign Supreme, one that neither of us used in our top 4, did reign supreme.
Race really good. I mean, he made a big first up attack through the backside. We mentioned he did need that last start after missing a month, but this is a very nice animal. Gary, back in early June over Grand River Raceway, shows a parked mile in preferred action, 52-2. And that was the last time Daryl Thiessen sat on board him before tonight. So Zachary Carroll, well done. Second start back off the brief layoff angle with Daryl Thiessen up.
And then there is Harbourlet Ambrose, who Austin drove this one pretty aggressively and said, I think I belong with this bunch, and I'm going to drive them like I think I belong. And he picks up the exactor. So, you know, the exactor, I would think of 2 and then 3 at 10-1 if the longest shot's a pretty good exactor.
I would think so here. I'm just bringing it up here now. I got a 2-3 coming back at about $54.
Nice.
Gary. So not a bad price with Reign Supreme at 3-1. Now, had Harbourlet Ambrose won it, it was coming back at $90.
Yeah. It's not the 6-5 that you were calling and not the 1-4 that I was calling. In fact, if you take my top 2 numbers out, take your top 2 numbers out, you know what you're left with? 2 and 3.
The exactor.
Hey.
What do we know, right?
If you're going to brag when you're right, you got to speak about it when you're wrong and reign supreme. The only thing was, it's just that it was the first start back off of missing time due to sickness, and that first start back really didn't show anything.
I looked at that 8th race, Gary, and I said, this has got to be the most wide open race of it was. The only thing I was right about was that any horse could win it with the right kind of trip. Reign Supreme, obvious like that tack.
Back in front of us, Number 2, Reign Supreme 5-year-old Control the Moment Brown Gelding, owned and trained by Zachary Carroll. The winning drive to Double Barrel, Daryl Thiessen. It's the third win this year for Reign Supreme in 10th lifetime. Eighth race, number 2, Reign Supreme, $8, $4.10, $2.90. 3, Harberlet Ambrose, $5.90, $2.80. 4, JMR Speakaway, $2.40. $2 Exactor, $53.50. Dollar Try, $68.80. Dollar Super, $2.0205 with a 20-cent Super, $40.41. Eighth race. Order of finish from the top. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the bottom.
Winbank Farm graduates have earned close to $465 million and have won nearly 50,000 times, selling yearlings eligible to Delaware, Indiana, Kentucky, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Ontario, and Pennsylvania, producing yearlings from outstanding sires including American Ideal, Bettor's Delight, Cattle Wash, Courtly Choice, Father Patrick, and the Great McWicked. For more information, winbackfarm.com.
Hey kids, do you like to write stories or poems or draw pictures of horses? We're running 2 contests from now until August 31st with a total prize money of $3,500. For the Youth Literary Derby, Ontario students in grades 3 to 8 can submit either a short story or a poem with standardbred theme. Poems and stories are judged separately. If you like to draw, then the Youth Art Derby might be for you. This one is open to students in grades 3 to 12, and you can do a drawing or a sketch of anything standardbred related. Check out our website for more inspiration and more information, bgracingalliance.ca.
Field 4, race number 9 on parade. 1, Brita's Best Bet, Austin Sorry for Paul Davies and Steve Fudge. Number 2 is Sarah B. Delight, Jason Ryan for Marie-Helene DuPont and Richard Bertume. Number 3 is Don't Mess with Molly, Scooter Gimlet drives and trains for James Dean and Brooke Gimlet. 4 is On Top Rainstorm, Mike Whalen for Walter Whalen and Chris Nickel. 5 is Wicked Cruiser, Anthony Hunt for Gabby Sasso and Jeffrey Korchesny and Mart West Racing and Tony Arts. Number 6, Catch My Passion, Jay Harris for Sean Stacy. Number 7, I Bet You a Kiss, Scott Cole for Anthony Beaton and Robert Shepard. 8 is American Land, Dale Spence for Catherine Flanagan and Winters Racing. And number 9, Whole Lotta Rosie, Sammy Filia for Chantel Mitchell. Field of 9, it's race number 9. And, well, let's get a look at this field and sugar. We'll see if we can do a little better job in this race because we were nowhere to be found last time out. 1, Brita's Best Bet. We both found this one on top, and I think this is the one here, and the fans are kind of in agreement with us.
Yeah, very strong winner in the latest, light best. And look at the record this season, 9 for 11, top 3 finishes, including 4 wins. Has gate speed ability and gets the inside lane to work from. And Austin Sorry stays on. It all points to another strong effort for Brita's Best Bet. Likely to go away as a favorite again.
Yeah, I think so. And off a career best win, as long as she can come back to something close to that. And Paul Davies' barn has been good, 275 training average. Others, well, number 4 On Top Rainstorm. Last couple races, well, one in Saratoga and one here. Talk about a well-traveled horse, and this one was able to close into the top 3 last time out.
Amazing where she's been over the last 2-3 months, right? Nice big daughter of Big Jim, the 4 On Top Rainstorm, was saving ground throughout and gaining a few positions through the final quarter last time out. Was able to stop the clock 52-3 for her charted mile. Home in 28-3. Mike Whalen with the 4 On Top Rainstorm. Surprisingly, a 6-1 second choice right now behind the 1.
And number 9, Whole Lotta Rosie. Well, you know, we had a trailer post to kick off the night with a win. Can we end it with a trailer post? One that has just 1 win in 13 starts, but the win was a maiden win June 19th at Mohawk in 53-4, and raced well here last race.
Right on, Whole Lotta Rosie, Sammy Filion. I watched him race one from the trailing spot earlier, Harry G. He actually had that one leaving behind the 3 or 4 horse in that race. Harry G couldn't make much happen from where he was. It was a tough post for him. But for me, Sammy, I think he wants to stay on Austin Sorry's back. I mean, stay glued to it.
Yeah,
to work out a decent trip. The price is big. Like, I mean, longest shot on the board, unbelievable.
I would assume the inside 2 are both blasting, although the 2 horse made a break last time leaving. So, yeah, just glue yourself to the back of Austin Sorry's horse and away you go. Number 2, Sarah B. Delight. Well, I just mentioned it, but Jason's having himself a good night. Looks for a 4th win, and this is one that won just 2 races ago. If she could stay flat, she's a contender in here. She's 6 for 9 in the top 3.
Yeah, but she's just got that one lifetime victory. I mean, the 1 horse, as mentioned, has got 4 wins already this season. The 2, Sarah B. Delight. I went back and catch the replay. I wanted to know what happened with that break. J.R. Plant was trying to leave pretty good from post 5. She had one outside over there at a post 6 that was leaving even better. And it was just as the gate was leaving. She rolled off stride, and she was a handful for J.R. She stayed up, but it was kind of a nasty break.
Last time out, don't mess with Molly. I didn't use this one, and you stuck with Scooter, parked every step of the way, and still managed to finish third. It was a nice effort, I commented that Scooter just stayed calm with this horse once he
Yeah.
knew he was stuck. Well, okay, just relax.
That's key. Anything that gets parked first up, I mean, if you're not showing any panic, then your horse is not going to panic. So well done by Carter. As a young driver, I think he learned lots in that one that, you know what, you're parked, just figure it out. Don't overdrive and see what you can get. Well, he was rewarded with a decent third best finish.
The one that I used for second, and I'm surprised isn't taking money, Scott Calder, Anthony Beaton, 7, I Bet You a Kiss.
Yeah, just unsure of how it's going to work out for the daughter of all bets off early. A one-time winner this season, come in from Rito there back in July. Fourth time for the Beaton barn. I mean, Scotty's got this one right up and on the gate. If he can gate blast here, he might be second best just out of the blue.
13 out of 14 in the top 3. Tough to leave off the
Right.
top 5. It's a field of 9, the ninth and final dash. Field is all in position. They're at the start of the rough, and I Bet You a Kiss is going to blast out. Britta's Best Bet on the inside, but whole lot of Rosie wasn't close to Britta's Best Bet, who's leaving. Britta's Best Bet, Wicked Cruiser, then Sarah B. Delight, Don't Mess with Molly, and now I Bet You a Kiss left well, but now is getting stuck still. Then it is On Top Rainstorm. Whole lot of Rosie is seventh way. Then it is Catch My Passion and American Land, but now it is Britta's Best Bet wants to land the lead over Wicked Cruiser, and Britta's Best Bet 1 to 5 on the boards got the front now. Wicked Cruiser and Anthony Hahn will enjoy the view in the pocket at 15 to 1 behind the 1 to 5 favorite. Then it is Sarah B. Delight, Don't Mess with Molly, and Scooter Gimlet with an inside position, racing fourth, and now working on the outside is On Top Rainstorm, who's come on and is sharing fifth with I Bet You a Kiss on the inside, who now had to be taken into the safety lane and it appears to have broken equipment possibly. In fact, it looks like a broken hobbles maybe. They race their way on towards 3/4 of a half of 57. Britta's Best Bet is driving with the lead of about a length and 3/4. Britta's Best Bet. Then on the outside, racing is Sarah B. Delight. Wicked Cruiser is third. And now Don't Mess with Molly is scooted to the outside and is second over fourth. On Top Rainstorm. Then Catch My Passion. Back to a whole lot of Rosie and American Land. Britta's Best Bet leads as they race their way towards the top of the stretch off 3/4 126 and a half of 57. Britta's Best Bet. Sarah B. Delight at 9 to 1 is trying to pull the upset and looking to scoot up the inside is Wicked Cruiser. Britta's Best Bet, Wicked Cruiser, Britta's Best Bet. None were able to filter by Britta's Best Bet. Then Wicked Cruiser, Sarah B. Delight, On Top Rainstorm, and Don't Mess with Molly. 154 and 4, Britta's Best Bet. 1 to 5 on the board. Had to work a little bit in the stretch drive, but was the best in this dash.
Yeah, it's just kind of a green 3-year-old daughter of all bets off. You know, she had to kind of work for it hard last time out. I think all she does, Gary, is what she has to do. She's not going to be the type of horse that's going to go out and win by 5 or 10 lengths. I mean, look at her last 2 victories on the chart lines. At the bottom of her card, she's a winner by a head. Last time out, a winner by a nose. I don't think this filly is ever going to win by a large margin going forward. She just kind of waits on them.
Yeah. And, you know, I mean, that's as long as they get the job done and they don't get one blasted on by them. And Wicked Cruiser did a nice job there. In fact, in this high 5, well, you just had to have the inside 5.
Inside 5, right? Sometimes it's all just a numbers game. I mean, Coulter left okay. You mentioned maybe pulling up with some broken equipment there around the halftime. That allowed a few horses to save some ground and get involved. in that high five play. Like one to benefit from it was Mike Whalen with the 4 on top rainstorm to come on and finish 4th.
And then Scooter managed to be on the inside for a while, but then did get a second over spot. And Don't Mess with Molly, 45-1, getting that one onto the ticket. And well, you know where you used Don't Mess with Molly? 5th. Where
In the
did
5th
she
and final
finish?
spot, you pretty much got to use an all button when playing these high fives. I mean, it's a heavy favorite winning, so you want a bit of a price underneath this one. So you got a 15-1, maybe 4th or 5th shot in wagering, and then you've got the next best in wagering of the 2 and 4 hitting it. I don't see a big ticket, but Scooter kind of sweetens it up likely.
Yeah, if you didn't use Scooter, you kind of messed up because he gets onto the ticket there at 15243. Well, we'll talk to you on Wednesday night, Sugar.
Wednesday's a great card. We'll see you then.
And back in front of us is one Britta's Best Bet, a 3-year-old all bets off Bay Filio by Steve Fudge, trained by Paul Davies. Austin, sorry the winning drive, 5th win for Britta's Best Bet on the season and lifetime. Mile of 150, 4-4. Ninth race, one British Best Bet, 240, 210, 210. 5 Wicked Cruiser, 884, 22. Sarah B. Delight, $4. $2 Exactor, 1990. Dollar Try, 35.75. Dollar High Five, 483.65. 20-cent High Five, 96.73. Double of 2 and 1, $16. Dollar Pick 3, 23.55. Dollar Pick 4, 55.90. Ninth race, order of finish from the top. 1, 3, 5, 4, 2, 8. DNF 7-6. That's 1, 3, 5, 4, 2, 8. DNF 7-6 on the bottom. Well, fans, that concludes the live harness racing program for this Monday evening. Our next racing event is this coming Wednesday, first dash, 6:20 p.m. Buenas noches, amigos. Good night, everybody. Good night, Josie Bean.